The last one I'm going to talk about is estradiol, right? So we have estrone, estradiol, and estriol. Estrone is made by our fat cells, and it gets made into a byproduct called estrone sulfate. Estrone sulfate is somewhat toxic to us. It is not the preferred estrogen. And as a menopausal woman, we make a lot of estrone sulfate, right? That's what happens when the ovaries sort of peter out. Estradiol is what your ovaries make. And again, it's tied to how many eggs are in the egg carton. So estradiol is the one that has the protection for your brain, your heart, your bones. It's what makes you feel good. And then estriol actually is made off of how you metabolize your estrogens. And it has a protective effect. And, like we use estriol creams, like vaginal creams, because it can protect the vaginal tissue, but it doesn't have a systemic effect, right? So when we lose estradiol, we can get super weepy. And truth is, between the progesterone and estrogen balance, we can get super weepy and then angry, right? So if you feel all over the place and you're in perimenopause, that's probably why, because they're not shifting together. But estradiol, the loss of it, not only makes us feel like we can't think, we're foggy brained, our brain doesn't work, the filing cabinet doesn't open. I know you've felt this, where somebody will ask you something and you're like, I know what they're asking me, and it really almost feels like your brain's at some old librarian filing cabinet looking for the library card with the Dewey Decimal System. I can say that to all of us because we actually remember that. Young people don't. But it literally, you can feel it like the brain is trying to categorize and go through it, but you can't get it out. All of that is tied to this fluctuation and loss of estrogen, right? So we get more moody, weepy, angry, up and down. And when we lose estrogen, we lose all that protective effect.